everyone, Chef Shaquay here from the Sylvia Center, a nonprofit that specializes in hands-on food and nutrition education for young people in New York City and Columbia County. Today's video will be a little different as I got a market basket of fresh veggies from Katchkie Farms. Katchkie Farms is our organic farm located in Columbia County. So today I have some bell peppers, some basil, a bunch of carrots, and some rainbow chard, along with some zucchini. Now usually you could cut up all these vegetables and put it in some pasta or frittata, but today I'm gonna do things a little different. So with these vegetables, I'm gonna make vegetable Pajeon, which is a Korean scallion pancake, but I'm gonna use all of these vegetables along with some scallion to make the pancake. So let's wash our hands and let's get started. So before I cut everything up, I just wanted to give you a close-up of the vegetables. So this recipe calls for 4 cups of vegetables. So basically I'm just going to clean everything thoroughly and chiffonade the Swiss chard, grate the carrot and the zucchini, and julienne the peppers and the tomatoes along with the basil. Along with the vegetables from the farm, here are the other ingredients. We have our potato starch, salt and baking powder, all-purpose flour, 1 egg, ice water, kimchi, and the kimchi is what gives this flavor. This is actually homemade kimchi, but I know everyone doesn't have their own homemade kimchi, so you could definitely buy it. If you don't want to put kimchi in, it'll just be a regular vegetable fritter. Oil and our scallions. So quick note with the potato starch, it's not an ingredient that's in most people's cupboards, so if you cannot find it, you could substitute with cornstarch. Just keep in mind, if you do plan to use cornstarch in this recipe, add an extra tablespoon because potato starch absorbs more than cornstarch. For our equipment, we're going to need a box grater to grate our vegetables, a skillet pan to cook our pancakes in, a whisk, a large spoon or a spatula, our knife, cutting board, 2 bowls, and I have this measuring cup because this is what I will use to scoop the batter out. And one more thing, I have a little hack that I'm gonna do. We're gonna make some pancakes in a waffle iron. Now I'm going to prepare the vegetables. Remember, you just need 4 cups total. So I'm going to julienne the basil, the rainbow chard, the scallions, and then the carrots and the zucchini, I'm going to use the box grater. And then for the peppers and the tomato, I'm just going to take out the seeds and julienne that as well. So here are vegetables all prepared. I got a little overzealous. This might be a tiny bit over 4 cups, but I'm going to mix everything together and measure out 4 cups, and then we'll be ready to add in the rest of the ingredients. Now it is time to make the batter. So in one bowl, I'm going to add in all my dry ingredients. So that's the potato starch, the all-purpose flour, our salt, and our baking powder, and I'm gonna whisk that together. So I have this fully incorporated, and now I'm going to mix in our wet ingredients. So I have our finely diced kimchi. I'm gonna add in our 1 egg and our ice cold water and whisk that together. Now that both are fully mixed, I'm gonna add these 2 together until there's no lumps, besides the kimchi, of course. So our batter is nice and smooth. The only lumps you should see is the lumps from the kimchi, but the flour and the potato starch are fully incorporated. And now I'm going to mix the wet batter with our vegetables. Now, I said julienne before. I decided to cut them a little smaller just so we wouldn't have like long strands in our pancake. So now let's put this all together and we mix until fully incorporated. Here we have our batter fully incorporated, and now it's time to cook. So I'm going to turn on my skillet to medium-high heat, add the oil, and then we will make our vegetable pancakes. So I have my pan. Now I have a small pan. If you're making a bunch of these using all of the batter, you could definitely get a larger pan. But remember, I'm gonna make most of them in my waffle iron. So this is just to show you, if you don't have a waffle iron, how to make them in a skillet. So we have a couple of tablespoons of oil, and now it's ready to add our batter. So I'm going to use my measuring scoop. I'm not going to fill it up all the way because I'm going to make small ones, being that I'm using this small pan. And just remember to give it a little mix, your batter a mix before you scoop it up. And right in the pan it goes. And usually I use the back side of the measure scoop to flatten it out. Okay, so it's been cooking for about 3 minutes. Now I'm going to flip it. And you want it to be a nice golden brown. So you see I'm using a rubber spatula because I don't want to scratch up the surface of my pan. And I'm just doing like a nice little flip. There we go. So let this cook for another 1.5 to 2 minutes once the other side is golden brown, and then we'll place it on a plate lined with paper towels to soak up the excess grease. Okay, now this is ready to come off. Just gonna put it on our sheet, and I'm gonna do about one more that same size. And then the rest of the batter I will use in the waffle maker. So here are our pan-fried vegetable pancakes. Now I'm going to use my waffle iron to make the rest because like I am like a set it and forget it kind of person. So this is just easier and less cleanup. So now I have my waffle iron already preheated, and I'm going to use some cooking spray just to lightly spray it. And I'm going to give my batter a little mix again. And just use that same scoop. And spread the vegetable batter throughout the grease. Like a nice even layer. Okay, and now close it up and let it cook. Okay, now let's see. It's nice and golden. And let's lift it up. Now when you do it in a waffle iron, you could just cut it into like little wedges for serving. But this is cool because you get like the nice crispy crannies. So I'm just gonna finish off the batter and make the rest of them, and then it'll be time to eat. While our last vegetable pancake is cooking in the waffle iron, we're gonna make a quick 1, 2, 3 dipping sauce to go with our pancakes. It's definitely optional, but I think it's a great addition. So in this bowl I have soy sauce. If you don't have soy sauce, you can use tamari and some fresh grated ginger. I'm going to add rice wine vinegar and some agave. If you don't have agave, you could use a little maple syrup or some honey. And you mix that together. And the last thing I'm going to add is some sesame oil. And there you go, our quick 1, 2, 3 dipping sauce to go with our pancakes. Now let's eat. So here are 2 versions of the Pajeon, the pan-fried version or the waffle maker version with our ginger soy dipping sauce. So now it is time to taste. Let's see, I chose the waffle piece. Let's try, add a little bit of sauce. Delicious, very yummy. 2 thumbs up. The vegetable pancake came out delicious, and the great thing about it, most of the vegetables I used for it came from my Katchkie Farm. As you see, it was pretty easy to get together and come together as soon as I cut up the vegetables. Now, to see more videos like this, as well as recipes, resources, and community activities, be sure to check out www.thesylviacenter.org. Make sure you like and share this video, and continue to keep cooking and stay healthy. And remember, we have our brand new YouTube page, so be sure to check that out as well. Bye-bye, see you next time.